There's no passing the buck when it comes to training. The manager has to understand that the training and development of people is ultimately his or her responsibility. And successful produce managers fully realize that they need a well-trained, highly developed team of associates. In effect, training and developing your people is the direct route to greater sales, profits, and customer satisfaction.
In training people the correct way, communicating to them the correct way, is going to give you more of an efficient job, and it's going to improve your bottom line.
Without training, people aren't going to do the job correctly. You're not going to make the money that you need, which is what we're all in business for anyway. So if the people are doing it wrong, the results are going to be wrong.
Training is not as simple as having your associate read a manual or watch some videotapes. That's not enough to get consistent, accurate, efficient performance. It's only part of a larger 8-step training process. First, prepare yourself to train. Second, assess the skill level and mindset of the trainee. Next, clarify expectations, or what the level of job performance should be after the initial training is complete. Fourth, provide the training. Step 5 gets the trainee to demonstrate that he or she can properly apply the skills being taught. 6, get feedback from the trainee.
Well, as I go down the case, I'm supposed to check the product that's out.
Yeah.
And either remove the leaves or remove the product that I wouldn't buy as a customer.
7, evaluate the person's immediate progress. So, Len, how's it going?
Good. I moved over all the carrots
And 8, follow up on the training over time. Now let's take a look at each of the steps in more detail. First, there's the preparation you must do before training can begin. Know the subject matter inside and out. Be able to demonstrate the skill yourself. Take the time to thoroughly review the training materials by reading the manuals, watching the videotapes, and taking the tests. But don't stop there. Write down on paper or highlight in the training materials any topics which should be emphasized more than others, as well as newly introduced policies which might be missing from the training program. Understand the sequence of training, the order in which topics should be covered, and how much time should be allotted to each topic. Also, make sure that all the necessary training aids are available: manuals, video, workbooks, a VCR and TV in good working order, and even such things as paper and pencils. Make sure the training environment is quiet, clean, and free of distraction. Remember, you as a trainer lose credibility in the eyes of your trainee if you're disorganized and unsure of yourself. The second step in the training process is to assess the trainee. Learn about each person's background and where they're coming from.
I had a job at a Bob's Mini Market.
Okay, have they given you any training in the produce department?
No, not really any training. It was just filling odds and ends.
Okay, are you familiar with the greens at all?
No, I wasn't taught any of that.
Take 5 or 10 minutes to talk to the trainee and learn about his level of knowledge and past experience. Get a sense of what they already know or do not know about the subject matter. Also, assess each individual's personality traits and modify your training plans when necessary, like giving extra support or feedback. The third step is to clarify expectations. Explain to the trainee exactly what he or she will learn during the course of the training.
Okay, we'll show you the proper way to fill the rack. We're going to be teaching you how to do the green preparation. We'll teach the proper way to rotate, marking, proper pricing.
How much progress will be expected? How and when the learning will take place?
Okay, well, you can start today. Okay, what I'm going to do is have you work with me, and we're going to do the potato section.
And what training aids will be used? How the trainee will be evaluated?
We have videos, We have a pre-test which you take, and then we have a post-test that when you've completed everything, you would take that, and then you'd see how far you advance.
How long the training process will take, what the trainee can expect from you, and what you expect from the trainee, and how the person will benefit by going through the training. The fourth step is the training itself. It's your job to arouse the trainee's interest, to keep attention focused on the material being presented, and to make them want to learn. To do this, you, the trainer, must be interested in both the material and the trainee. A trainee will quickly tune out a trainer who appears to be bored or uninterested in the trainee's progress.
You watching this tape? This is good, okay? Trust me. Anyway.
Also, you may have to slow down or speed up the schedule, depending on your trainee's abilities. Step 5 of the training process is to get the person to actively demonstrate the skills you are training. First, do it in a hands-on training session. Then do it on the job. The true proof of whether or not someone is making progress is to have the person apply their newly learned skills in the real working environment. Observing the person should tell you a few things. Is the trainee using the right methods? Are there some potentially bad habits being formed? If the trainee makes an error in the skill, take the time to thoroughly explain what was done wrong, why it was wrong, and what the correct method is. Always ask the trainee questions to ensure that the key points are clear, and continue asking questions until you're sure that the training is thoroughly understood. Have the trainee state aloud the key points as the task is being performed.
Okay, I'll start off by taking off all the yellow and brown leaves that are not fresh.
Step 6 of the training process is feedback. Feedback is the process of counseling trainees on the progress they've made in learning a skill and telling them how well they apply their knowledge on the job. It's an ongoing process which begins with your initial contact with the trainee and continues to the end of the training process.
Well, you've done a fine job through the basic skills program, and I'd like you to keep up the good work.
The most important thing to remember about feedback is that it must be timely and supportive.
Chris, this water is much too cold.
Too cold?
Too cold, yes. We need to use warm water because that helps open the pores. And then when you put the leaf lettuce in the cooler, the cold air will close the pores, and that causes the leaf lettuce to get crispy.
I see.
Okay, so from now on, if we could try to use the, warm water, okay? Otherwise, you're doing excellent work, and keep it up.
If a person demonstrates the skill, make a point of reinforcing this positive behavior. If a person is having a problem, say what the problem is and how it should be corrected. Criticism is a part of feedback, but it's important to offer criticism constructively. Here's how not to do it.
The onions don't belong in the cooler. I told you that. The onions go outside in the hall. And what are you doing putting them on top, for crying out loud? You put them on this cabbage like that, it's going to stink. You're going to ruin that cabbage. And then what is this, lettuce on the floor? You know what's going to happen to this lettuce? It's all going to rot in the bottom. Come on, you got to pay attention to the training. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. Watch the videos, because this is not going to work, okay? So take care of this stuff now.
Instead, this is a better way to offer constructive feedback.
The thing, too, is we shouldn't leave cases of lettuce on the floor, okay, because the floor gets wet and the bottom leaves start to rot, and people hit it with carts and destroy it.
Step 7 of the training process is evaluation through testing and observation. On-the-job performance is the true measure of your success as a trainer, as well as that of your trainees as produce professionals. The final step of the training process is follow-up, a critical step which is often forgotten. Without the reinforcement of positive behavior, on-the-job training, and the timely correction of mistakes, the time and energy spent in training is wasted. All associates need to know how they're doing, and if you're unconcerned about how things are getting done after the training is completed, then associates are likely to take shortcuts or form bad habits. Consistent, ongoing follow-up by the produce manager and others in the produce department reinforces training efforts and ensures proper compliance to produce department standards. Follow-up should also include emphasis on building up the confidence level of the trainee, being sensitive to keeping the person on track, showing confidence in the person's abilities, and creating an environment where the person can come freely to you with questions and concerns. Prepare. Assess the trainee. Implement the training program. Have the trainee demonstrate skills. Offer feedback. Evaluate. And conduct follow-up. Take the time to train effectively, and it'll pay off in sales, profits, and customer satisfaction for a long time to come.